ever seen the dogs?
Nope. Don't want to, neither. Just hearing them howl's bad enough. Scares the bejeebies out of me.
I got the bejeebies scared out of me twice last night. Just before I saw the dogs, I caught a man named Red Knot prowling around outside the house.
That was kind of creepy.
Watcher. Comes in every so often to stock up on that weirdo food he eats. You know how them tree hugger types are.
It seemed to me that he was more into watching birds than hugging trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever. One thing's for sure, he's gonna wind up with a dose of buckshot in his hind end if he keeps tramping through people's yards making noises like he just popped out of a UFO.
Mr. Knott did me a favor, and in return he asked me to pick up a cassette player from you.
Oh yeah, I got it right here. Thought maybe the old coot had forgotten he left it here.
Alrighty-dighty. Can I grab it? Hey,
what else can
there
I do
you go.
you for?
Does the name Waldo Matthias mean anything to you?
Can't say as it does.
I need to buy something.
You want it? I got it. As long as you pay cash, that is.
Uh-oh.
Right now, cash is kind of a problem for me. Do you think we could do some kind of trade-out?
You scratch my back, I scratch yours, huh? Seeing as how you're a friend of Sally's, seeing as how I got some things around here that could use doing, I guess we could work something out. What is it you need?
Do you sell sandpaper by any chance?
Yeah, I need sandpaper.
Do, but Mr. Birdbrain was in last week and cleaned me out. Said he was tired of that observation platform of his giving him splinters in his interregions.
Okay, that's dangerously close to giving me way too much
Think I could get
information.
some from him?
He's your only hope. But you better ask him for it quick. That deck of his is pretty big, and those squares I sold him are pretty small.
Okay.
These so-called ghost dogs left very real paw prints. I saw some near the cemetery that's by the Malone house. Have you ever been there?
Very
Can't say as
creepy.
I have. Poking around cemeteries ain't exactly a hobby with me.
Where do you find your...
Bless you. It's all the dust. Sometimes I think it grows on this stuff.
Some of those old bottles are beautiful.
Yeah.
Where'd you get them?
Old bottles.
Found 'em.
I don't see any.
Back in the
But
days of
I'm sure they're good.
Prohibition, that old Malone place used to be party central. Only way to get to and from back then was by boat. And when those boats dumped, on account of bad weather or bad driving or the feds suddenly showing up, well, everything from diamond necklaces to full bottles of illegal booze sank to the bottom of the lake.
So, it's finders keepers, huh?
Interesting.
That's right. See, recovering objects from the lake bed is illegal. According to Squeaky Wheel Akers, dragging the lake for artifacts was upsetting its delicate eco-balance. So thanks mostly to his constant squawking, the state banned it.
Are you saying you acquired this stuff illegally?
Yeah.
Of course not. It all washed up on shore.
Okay. Well,
Sounds
that's
like you aren't
that's
real fond
legal,
of Ranger
I guess.
Akers.
Jeff Akers could take all his precious rules and regulations and take a flying leap. Now, I got nothing against getting more customers in here, mind you. But I kind of like Moonlake the way it is. Small, quiet, out of the way. But Jeff Akers, why, there's nothing he'd like better than to see all the lake and all the property around it turned into one big, noisy, jam-packed state
Doesn't
park.
seem like anybody likes
Why would he
Ranger
want that?
Akers.
He's the type of guy who likes to boss people around, makes them feel important. So if the park got way bigger and was crawling with tourists, why, instead of giving out maybe one ticket for littering every 2 days, he'd be giving out 12 tickets every 2 hours. He'd be in heaven. Well, hey, I'm sure you got better things to do than getting your ear chewed off by yours truly.
Yep.
Guess I'll see you later.
Always a pleasure.
Talk to you later, Miss M. Alright, so now let's talk to Ranger Akers. Or yeah, we're gonna go talk to him. Ranger Lake, Moon Lake, Ranger Station. Alright, and this is Ranger Akers.
Hello, can I help you?
Hi, my name's Nancy Drew.
Hi.
I'm visiting Sally McDonald. Are you the park ranger?
Park Ranger Jeff Akers, at your service. Let's see, Sally McDonald is the woman who bought the old Malone place.
That's her. Unfortunately, she seems to have developed a problem of the canine kind.
Don't tell me she believes all that ghost dog stuff.
I saw them myself.
Yeah, they're
Whatever's
scary.
out there, I'm sure they're no more and no less than exactly what they look and sound like. Dogs. Living, breathing, very noisy dogs.
It's still scary to have a bunch of dogs attack your house.
Why do you think dogs would attack Sally's
Okay.
house?
Dogs can be trained to do almost anything.
Doesn't matter if they're ghost dogs or real dogs. It's scary,
Any
man.
idea what would make a dog's eyes glow yellow?
Green.
Something in their diet, maybe? Some oddball vitamin or protein.
As a park ranger,
Yeah,
don't you want to
you're
know
the
for
law
sure
in these
what's behind
parts.
these dog attacks?
Do you always ask this many questions?
As a matter of fact, I do.
Yeah.
I'm a very busy man, Miss Drew, but I am here to serve the public.
Sounds like he's avoiding the question.
Do you have something I could use to test the well water at Sally's?
Sure do. Simple to use, too. Just pump some water into this vial,
Ooh.
return the sample to me, I'll send it off, and in a day or two you'll find out whether or not your water's fit to drink.
Good.
Do wells go bad very often?
Depends on when they were dug. The older they are, the more susceptible to contamination they are.
What do you know about the cemetery behind the Malone house?
People are buried there. Beyond that, what's to know?
Is Malone buried there?
Yeah, that's a
That's
good
the rumor.
question.
The inscription on one of the tombstones reads Waldo Matthias. Does that name ring any bells?
Not in my steeple.
Okay.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
Please do. And if you have any questions, any more questions, just ask.
Okay, fine.
This place isn't exactly your ordinary ranger station, is it?
It's also the Moon Lake Post Office, and it's the unofficial Moon Lake Museum of Factual and Natural History.
Ooh.
I've lived here all my life, so I
Factual
can't help
and
but feel
natural
obligated to
history.
protect not only the area's flora and fauna, but also its past.
It'd be interesting
So you
if there
know
was
all
a
about
museum
Ricky
of
Malone?
As a
unfactual
member of the
history.
law enforcement community, I prefer to dwell on the
That would
positive
be-
aspects of history.
Wouldn't mind seeing
instead of
that
on the
museum. That
activities
could be
of a
kind of
bunch
fun.
glorified thugs.
So you'd probably like to see the old Malone place torn down and forgotten.
Not necessarily. It's hard to ignore its potential as a tourist attraction. And if that's what it takes to draw more people to Moon Lake, I'm a reasonable man.
Would you mind mailing this letter for me?
Not at all.
Thanks for all your help.
Not a problem. Oh, and one last thing. The deer mouse population has boomed this year, so please take precautions if you're cleaning out any area where they may have nested. They can carry some nasty diseases.
Thanks for the tip, Ranger Akers.
Yay, Ranger Acres! And this is the area where you can learn all about health and safety tips. This teaches you about well water and that sort of stuff, see? And it's all sorts of stuff that helps you learn. Poisonous plants. Ooh. Poison ivy and poison oak. 3 leaves. Well, it's a natural history museum. You can look at all that stuff if you've got the game and the free time to look at it.